Right. We'll get started as usual with the four great bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to help them all. Delusions are countless. We vow to see through them all. Opportunities to awaken are infinite. We vow to attain them all. The Buddha way is endless. We vow to embody it. And we will begin, as always, with our 15 minutes of seated meditation. We'll chant the Gatha on opening the sutras. This Dharma, incomparably profound and minutely subtle, is rarely encountered, even in hundreds of thousands of millions of ages. Now we see it, hear it, hold, and maintain it. May we completely realize the true mind of all Buddhas. All right, relax. Put your feet up. Have a glass of your favorite beverage, because tonight we will be listening to the Dharma all the way from Pennsylvania, I assume, from our Dharma brother, Hangdal Chita.
So Dharma Dude was sitting around deeply practicing Prajnaparamita and scrolling through his Facebook feed when he suddenly found it. That one teaching that would change his life, that would enable him to reach out and save the many beings. Pausing briefly to reshare it, our intrepid Dharma warrior went out into the world and wandered around until he found a funeral home where something was going on. And he walked in, and there happened to be a viewing for a prominent local businessman who was gunned down in the process of arranging garbage transfer routes, and ran to the front of the viewing and banged loudly on the casket to get everyone's attention. And he said, "Yes, he's dead, but it's okay. No mud, no lotus." And he promptly received 30 whacks. Now, before I get the angry letters from Thay's followers, let me say that I actually really love that saying. If you notice a theme in a lot of what I talk about, I like to break down my own favorite things. So no mud, no lotus. It's a fascinating concept, but probably not something we get to just throw at people. Probably not something we should just throw at ourselves without being aware of what it's teaching, what it's implying. And so I'll jump to another famous meme to kind of work this out. Khalil Gibran, often on the internet as well, another great saying: "Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars." And I think we all know at least one of those people. The person who has truly been through it all, through things that would destroy many of us, and they still smile, and their smile opens up the heavens. And sometimes we even secretly, there's a little dark place in our minds that gets sick of them because, a truck carrying sewage overturns on their lawn, and while they're raking it out, they're whistling and going, "That's all right, I'll have good flowers next year." And you get a little sick of being around them sometimes. But is it the suffering? Is it the scars that make them that way? And I'll say no, because we probably all also know the opposite. The person that's been through it all and has the scars, and they're miserable and bitter and angry and troubled. And you walk up and you say, "Boy, it's a pretty day today. Look at that sunshine." And they say, "Yeah, I'll probably get cancer from it." So it's not the suffering, it's not the scars. What is it? The beginning of the Dhammapada, the very first two sentences, and they're repeated in the second stanza, Mind is the forerunner of all actions. All deeds are led by mind, created by mind. So when we apply mind to no mud, no lotus, there's one way to look at it, which is to say that it's all in our approach. It's what we choose to do with the mud. And we've all talked about that. I'm sure talked about it. You know, we choose, we make the choice. We decide at a certain point that it's up to us to say, yeah, this kind of sucks, but I'm going to do the best I can with it. And there's nothing wrong with that either. We look at our hindrances as opportunities, our obstructions as opportunities. The Stoic way, the obstacle becomes the path. But I think we need to take this just one more step deeper. And yes, the obstacle is the path. The obstruction is the path. The mud is what we grow out of. It's our circumstance. It's the events. But where we're still missing it, where we're still getting caught up, is we're attaching a negative label to the mud. We're taking all of that shit and saying, well, it's okay. It's okay. It sucks, but it's the mud and I can grow a lotus out of it. We're still attaching a negative label instead of saying mud is mud. The lotus grows out of the mud. The lotus is the mud. The lotus becomes the mud. But ultimately, mud is mud. Good, bad, indifferent. Sunshine, storms, death in a family, birth of a child. Mud is mud. And the ground is that upon which we grow. Without the labels, without the negative connotations, without the same self-congratulation that we're turning something dark and dismal into something beautiful. The mud is just the mud and the lotus grows from it.
Thank you, brother. Well said, well said. So we'll go back to our next period of seated meditation. We'll chant the Heart Sutra. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva when practicing deeply the Prajna Paramita perceives that all five skandhas are empty and is safe from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Therefore, in emptiness, no form, no feeling, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eyes, and so forth until no realm of mind consciousness, no ignorance, and also no extinction of it, and so forth until no old age and death, and also no extinction of it, no suffering, no origination, no stopping, no path, no cognition, also no attainment with nothing to attain. The bodhisattva depends on Prajnaparamita, and the mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Far apart from every perverted view, one dwells in nirvana. In the three worlds, all Buddhas depend on Prajnaparamita and attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore know that Prajnaparamita is the great transcendent mantra, is the utmost mantra, is the supreme mantra, which is able to relieve all suffering and is true, not false. So proclaim the Prajnaparamita mantra, proclaim the mantra which says Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhisvara Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhisvara Gate Gate Para Gate Parasam Gate Bodhisvara. Apologies if I left something out there, which it seems I might have. I did, yes, everybody's nodding, yeah, okay. Well, it seemed like it when it went past. I was like, wasn't there supposed to be something else in there? We'll do our personal dedications of merit. All sentient beings are one seamless body and pass quickly from birth to death. We remember those who cared for us and are gone, those who are ill, those who are at war, who are hungry and who are in pain. May they heal and have peace. We especially dedicate our service to Mrs. Kanti Pereira, Mike Gingy Wood, Joanne and Bailey Sheridan, Is there anyone you would like to add in at this point?
Laura Haas.
Anyone else?
The Ball family.
Anyone else? All beings in 10 directions, subject to the greed, hatred, and delusions of themselves and others. All Buddhas throughout space and time, all honored ones, Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, wisdom beyond wisdom, Mahaprajna Paramita. We'll recite our faith in practice vow. I will never retreat and be firm in my mind in this correct Dharma. I will escape from the samsaric cycle of birth and death, and definitely will see my original face. I will be sure to inherit the life of insight of the Buddha and save all sentient beings. Hangdal, would you like to give us the gratitude, Gata?
Infinite realms of light and dark convey the Buddha mind. Bird and trees and stars and we ourselves come forth in perfect harmony. We practice and recite this for all beings in grateful thanks to our many guides along the way.
Life and death are of supreme importance. Time passes quickly by and opportunities to awaken are easily lost. Strive to realize your true nature and do not squander your time by night or day. And thank you for coming, everyone. I would like to wish everybody a belated Happy Lunar New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year.